Since they put a sensor in the footballs, does that mean when players kick the ball into the crowd, the person that catches it can't take it home? Aren't the coaches hot in their suits? Is there a little like AC in the little box dugout thingy? Sometimes I feel like I'm missing stuff when they pan to the crowd. Like, can we just have like a split screen so we get to see what's happening on the field and the crowd? Spain versus Austria, this was incredible. Incredible. I just love how Spain passes the ball to each other. And if they lose the ball for like even a second, they get it back immediately. It's like when they have the ball, it's the ultimate game of keep away or like monkey in the middle. At one point, player like 16 here from Spain passed it to like player 7, and he passed it to player 14, and they just kept playing around. And these players, they couldn't keep up. They just had to sit and watch. They were literally chasing the ball and couldn't catch up. It was like zoom, zoom, zoom. It was delightful. Love, 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 love Lamine dribbling the ball. He does a lot of like nutmegs and tricks. I like it. But he's always fighting through like 10 people. Can these grown men be careful around him? He's like a kid. Player 24 on Spain, he is a menace. He's an incredible player, but he is a menace. I remember him, I think with the Uruguay match, like he frustrates people. He reminds me of Paraguay's Almiron, player 10. Why did that Austrian player push Pedri? Player 20. Like, it came out of nowhere. It was so mean. And then when the goalkeeper came out to tussle, I was dying. Like, please, sir, this does not involve you. Get back in your little box. With Spain, something that I've learned is having incredibly quick and, like, skilled forwards is just as good as having, like, a really strong defense. Those guys can keep the ball away from the goalkeeper. It's unbelievable. Portugal versus Croatia, I love me some Cancelo, player 20. And player 18, Neto, he's like a little puppy. Player 8 from Croatia, he is fast. I love player 10 from Croatia as well. I think he's the captain. Ronaldo's free kick hit one of the players right in his junk. Do players wear cups? I understand that Ronaldo is a great player. Like, I've seen all the clips, but just going off of what I see in these matches, I don't know. He's not that exciting when he has the ball. Croatia played so hard and intelligently. I liked all of the choices they made, like when to go after the ball, when to like hold back, when to fight for the ball against Portugal and when not to. And maybe that's also because they're older or they look older. Maybe they're not older. I thought the penalty kick was deserved. If the ball went in another direction and he pulled him, maybe not. But if he wasn't grabbed, he would have gotten the header, right? So that means he should get the penalty. What a kick, though. I love when players do that stutter thing when they're like, oh, I'm going this way, I'm going this way. And then they kick. Player 17, Rafael, he deserved all the love for that second goal. Player 9, Ramos, and player 10, Silva from Portugal, comforting the captain of Croatia after the offside. Like, I love that energy. Every time I think I understand the offside rules, something crazy happens and then I get confused again. Switzerland versus Algeria, ugh. So boring. I definitely thought Algeria would win. Because in the other games, they felt like they were better with the ball. But I guess that doesn't matter if you don't have someone who's gonna score for you. If Algeria had Olise or Mbappe or even just Dembele, they'd be unstoppable. Player 17 on Algeria, there were a couple times where he'd get the ball or like tussle with Switzerland for it, but then he wouldn't have anyone to give it to. Like no one on his team was up front and ready, if that makes sense. Player 7 on Switzerland is super hot. And his celebration after the goal, I know that's an anime thing, right? I need to watch more anime. Give me more recommendations. Player 11, after he scored, he like slid and did like a little cat roar. It was so cute. Okay, that's it. I bought a football recently and I'm going to go to a field and like test out a lot of things. Because I want to know, like, when they throw the ball, can I throw the ball just as far as them? And I want to try running like from one end of the field to the other end of the field just to see, like, would it exhaust me? It probably would. I'm so excited. The crowd in these matches is kind of like a Greek chorus. If we think about football as a theater, the crowd is kind of like narrating the game. I saw someone in my comments say that the crowd is kind of like the third team on the field. They have the power to change the trajectory of the match. Surely in the Argentina-Colombia match, having the fans helps. Also, I've seen babies at these matches. Do basketball games and baseball games have babies? I think it was in the Brazil-Japan match. I saw a toddler like crying happy tears when Brazil scored. If you watch as a kid, it's easy to digest, but as you grow older, you probably better understand the deeper aspects of the game. And I saw on TikTok after one of England's games, like people were singing Hey Jude. It was like church, like worship. But I guess the stadium is kind of a religious experience in some ways. Even the crowd like counting down at the start of the match is like so communal. But maybe that's every sport, I don't know. Cape Verde versus Argentina, unbelievable. One thing about Cape Verde in all of their matches so far is they improve after each match. Like they've grown a lot. When I think about them with Spain and how they were so defensive, but with Argentina, they pushed forward a lot more. And Duarte, player 14 on Cape Verde, had like a little nutmeg on his goal. I was obsessed with player 13, Cabral, his goal. He shot it from like such a solid distance with so much power and force. And then him going after his girlfriend to celebrate. So beautiful. It reminded me of how the coaches for Norway and Ecuador did that, like they ran to their partners. There's so much romance in the game. The players celebrating and kissing, to rival teams like swapping jerseys and comforting each other when they lose. The first touch that Messi had for his goal was so yummy. Like the ball was coming from so high up. I was so shocked. Now, because of this match, will big teams recruit players from Cape Verde? Is there a period of time or like season for recruiting? Egypt versus Australia? Ugh. Australia just had no business putting this much pressure on Egypt, but I'm sure like getting this far also brings out the best in Australia, kind of like Cape Verde. I loved Egypt's setup for their first goal. Player 10 looked like he was going to take the kick for the free kick, but he just passed it to player 8. And they kind of like messed it up, but that was okay. Like they still kept the ball alive and then they got it in. Australia also had a really great free kick early in the second half where they did this like stutter stop. And it was wild because we saw everyone on Egypt like move into position as if he kicked it. It was so cool. Player 3 passing out was so scary. And something I've noticed is like the medical staff on these matches doesn't come out fast enough. And then they have these players go back in too quickly. Like, I don't like that. And here come the penalties. I'm just really glad Egypt made kind of quick work of the penalties. They were also confident taking their shots. I love that. But I also learned a lot about these penalties from my comments. And while I'm glad no one really expects the goalkeeper to block the goal, I was shocked to learn that the people that miss the shots, like, get so much hate in their countries for it. And because of that, sometimes players can, like, say no to taking the penalty. That is foul behavior. Of course, yes, I do think the person shooting has a lot of control and should make the shot. But can everyone just relax? How young can these players get? I know in Mexico there's a 17-year-old, but there's also so many 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds. They can't even drink in the U.S. Ghana versus Colombia. I had a bad feeling the moment they subbed like 2 players out in the first 15 minutes. Maybe Ghana played it a bit too safe this match. Like, I wish they channeled a bit of Cape Verde's spirit and pushed up more. But also, Colombia's not easy. They were on their A game with the passing and possession. Player 16 on Colombia kicked the ball in player 7's face on Ghana. Kind of reminded me of this clip where Holland was scoring a goal, but like he used someone's face to do it. I know it must be painful, but I want to have like protective like padding and gear. And I want to have one of these players like kick the ball at me. I just want to get a sense of like the force. Does it hurt the goalkeeper's hands catching these footballs? Do they bruise because of it? Okay, that's it. I'm pumped to watch Morocco and France crush their opponents. In my head, there's like no way these two teams will lose, but crazy things happen in this sport. What is the point of wasting time if time gets added at the end? Like, is it just to mess with the other team's momentum? And on that note, are players not allowed to talk to the coaches and drink water while someone is getting treated? Like, are the fake injuries a misdirection so other players can, like, talk to the coach and, like, get strategy? Paraguay and France? Pooja, what is this behavior? Paraguay was insane. Like, I actually could not believe what they were doing on that field. Why were they so mean? And I know in other matches I've seen player 10, Almiron, he's kind of messy, but it's like fun messy. You know what I mean? Like, it feels playful, like not that serious. But player 23, Galarza, player 2, Velasquez, player 4, Caceres, they need timeouts. When player 4 was like trying to make a dent in the ground before Mbappe took the penalty, I was truly speechless. Or player 2, when he was like trying to tussle with the French goalkeeper. Like, why? This is my thing. Like, would it even feel good to win a match when you're being so sneaky and mean? Maybe that's dumb though. Like, obviously they just want to win the match however they can. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. That French team, though, class act. They deserve a prize or something. Like, is there an award for being nice on the field? And people are going in online, I see, on Mbappe for, like, not shaking hands with the goalkeeper. Why should he? Are you kidding me? One of his teammates literally punched a French player. Like, ugh. I did see an interview, though, with player 23, Galarza. He was, like, crying, and I did feel a little bad. Just a little, though. I don't want to see anyone upset, but my God. Just play football. Can we, like, do away with all this other stuff? Morocco versus Canada. I didn't really love this game. It was kind of sloppy. I just hated seeing either team with the ball. Like, they didn't do anything with it that was really exciting. I think for the majority of the match, Canada played better. Maybe Morocco was a little better in the second half. But Morocco, like, lost a lot of that fun style and, like, energy that they usually have on the field. Like, I love watching them pass and, like, how they interact, but they didn't have that this time. And as much as I love Hakimi, he did deserve that yellow card. He pushed that Canadian player. Oh my God. After that, though, the ref was, like, taking it too far with the yellow cards. Like, relax. I really like the Moroccan goalkeeper, Bono. Ugh. He's so adorable, and he has, like, such a good energy. The second goal that Morocco made was, like, delicious. Player 4, I think, he, like, tapped it so slightly to player 8, Ohani. And I was really happy to see Rahimi, I think, player 9, score a goal at the end. I feel like he tried so hard the whole match, and nothing happened. And then finally he got it. Okay, that's it. I'm really pumped to watch Jude today. I'm curious how these matches will go, though. I hope we're going to get to watch some really fun football. Obviously, I'm going to root for the team that performs best. Are there no female coaches on these teams? I just noticed that I haven't seen any women in, like, the little dugout area. But then again, I don't know if there are many women coaches in, like, NBA, NFL, or MLB. But still, none? Like, I haven't even seen any of the medics be female. Mexico, England? What an incredible match. This is exactly the type of football I want to see. Each team fought so hard and it was just so fun to watch. I think this might be the best England has played, like, the whole World Cup. I really enjoyed watching them. I'm still a huge fan of Romo, Mora, Quinones, Jimenez, and Gutierrez. They're my favorites. Gordon, I think player 18, number 18, he is so fast. Maybe as fast as Vinny Jr. He accelerates at the same rate as him, it feels like. When he ran up on that goalkeeper around the end, I was shocked. And you all know how I feel about goalkeepers when they run out of their little box area. You see what happens? Of course, my favorite player this whole match was Jude. I just love his attitude. He's so charming. During the hydration break, he was, like, kikiing with the Mexico coach. Like, why? And when number 26 on his team got the red card, he, like, went up to the coach on Mexico. Like, sir, what are you doing over there? Also, that red card was a little deserved. And it's unbelievable that they had to play with 10 players and still won. Altitude, rain, heat, whatever. I just think if you've got the skills, like, you're going to overcome those things. It's like when players move the ball an inch, or like how Paraguay was trying to create a little dent on the ground. I just don't think those things will make that much of a difference. The mental is actually so much more important than those types of tricks. And I wonder if all the press and, like, chatter kind of got in England's head in a good way. It created the perfect amount of pressure for them. And Jude scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes? How divine. And after that first goal, he kissed Saka. And let's talk about that first goal Jude made. First, it was Gordon here, okay? He had all these players around him and still got it to Jude. Jude then passes it to Kane, okay? But then after that, Jude runs over here. So then Kane can pass it here, and then they score the goal. It was beautiful. Also, I really liked Harry Kane this match. When he passed the ball to Jude, he knew that Jude had a better chance than him of scoring. And the penalty he took, incredible. So far this tournament, he might be the only person that's just kicked the ball. Everyone else is out here doing this little stutter step, but not Kane. He's so confident. When they were at 2-3, though, I was holding my breath. If England slipped up once, Mexico was going to take it. I heard someone say that with Cape Verde and Argentina, Cape Verde would have to play a perfect match to win. That's how I felt with England and Mexico. England played a perfect match. That whole team was locked in. Oh my God, and I saw pictures of Jude swapping jerseys with Mora. Ugh. It just makes me love him even more. Computer? No, I think I'm just going to have to support any team Jude is on and then another team because I really, really like him. Norway versus Brazil. This match was fine. Everyone keeps saying that Brazil isn't what Brazil used to be. Just going off of the matches I've seen this World Cup, I'm not that energized by them. I still think Japan should have won that match against them. Like, I think they played better. I do think Norway had a stronger handle on the ball than Brazil. Haaland had a brace, and I'm still so impressed with, like, his size and how he's able to control his shots. He's not like some brute on the field. You know, he's actually very delicate. Neymar and that goalkeeper, Nyland? At first, I thought the goalkeeper missed intentionally to be like, oh, well, we're going to win anyway. But I don't think that's actually what happened. I wish they had mics on during these matches. Can people in the crowds hear them? Probably not. But maybe if you're close enough. The drama looked juicy, though. Okay, that's it. I am teeming with excitement to watch Portugal and Spain. I love Bruno. I love João Felix, but I really love Spain's tiki-taka on the field. I think it's just some of the most delicious football I've seen. So exciting.